day everyone, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Mariette, also known as the Boervrou, and I am living in South Africa. This is going to be an exciting video because I wanted to make this one for quite a while. So earlier this year I knit a pair of textured socks. It was the Irene socks, and I actually timed how much time it took me to knit the sock so that I can work out how many hours I knit on a pair of socks. So I was flooded with requests to do that for a vanilla sock which has no patterning on it, and finally I'm getting around to that. But I'm going to make this video fun because we are going to compare two vanilla socks with each other. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to knit a pair of socks for myself, and I wear a UK size 7 shoe, and I usually knit a 60 or a 64 stitch sock for myself. So this is going to be a 60 stitch sock for me and for my length of foot, which I will all put at the end. And then I'm going to use my 2.25mm Chaigu 9-inch circulars for this project. And then when I'm finished with that sock, I'm going to knit another sock. So for the other sock, I'm also going to use opal yarn, and I'm going to use the same 2.25mm 9-inch circular for the sock. But this sock will be knit on a 68 stitch count for I think it's a UK size 11 foot, but I will also give the measurements for that sock at the end of the video so that you can compare. I think it's going to be very interesting to see how much more yarn you use for a bigger size sock, and to see how many hours it takes to knit these socks. So I'm going to do it in the same manner as I did my textured sock video. I'm going to knit for 1 hour, and then I'm going to make videos in between after every hour to see how far we got, and then I will give a breakdown of that at the end of the video. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Let me just show you the yarn quickly. So for my socks, the 60 stitch socks, I'm going to knit it with this opal yarn. This is the ball band, and it is a 75% virgin wool and 25% polyamide. And this colorway, I've already caked it up and split the skein into two. So this is what the yarn looks like, and I'm super excited to knit these socks. So this is the first sock yarn, and then the second sock that I'm going to knit, the bigger stitch count sock, I'm going to knit with this opal yarn. I haven't caked it up obviously yet. I just got it in the mail yesterday. It was chosen by the recipient of the socks, and it is exactly the same makeup, 75% virgin wool and 25% polyamide, and they are both 425 meters per 100 grams. So I'm going to knit the socks in just one color, and I am going to use my own pattern, which is the DB toe up socks. I'll put a picture up of the pattern for you here, and that is the plan. So let me get going with that. I'm super excited about this one. Can't wait to see the results. So let me cast on and start the sock. I've completed the first hour's worth of knitting, and this gave us the toe and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5 rounds on the foot. Third hour complete. So in my second hour I stopped at this blue marker and I knit all of this up to the white one. I started my gusset increases, and I think this is about 29.5 rounds, including some gusset increases. I've completed another hour's worth of knitting on this sock. I was at this red marker before. I finished the whole heel flap and I started on the leg, and I'm about 7 rounds in to the leg. So that is now 5 hours. So let's see how much more it takes to get the sock done. Right, so I finished the sock now, and this took me 7 hours, 34 minutes and 12 seconds. To knit this one, so I can just give you a quick recap. This yellow marker was my first hour. The blue marker was the second hour. Then this white marker was the third hour. Then I went into the heel for the end of the fourth hour. I stopped at the red, and then from there I did my heel turn and my heel flap in the fifth hour. So I was up to there, and then the next hour I managed to do all of that knitting to the purple, and then on my 7th hour I was almost done, but not completely. So I still had to do that little bit, and that took me 34 minutes and 12 seconds, but I also weaved in the end. So this sock is complete. If I take these bulb markers off, I can wash it and then snip off the end. So that is interesting to see that a 60 stitch sock for my size takes 7 hours, 34 minutes and 12 seconds to knit on 9-inch circulars. So now I wonder how much time it'll take me to knit a sock of 68 stitches for a UK size 11 foot. Let me get started on that straight away, because I am very excited to see how much time that's going to take more than this sock. This is the first hour of this sock. I finished the toe and 1, 2, 3, 3.5 rounds. Okay, so I've completed 4 hours of knitting on this 68 stitch sock. So you can see there I was at hour 1, hour 2, this blue one's hour 3, and now with the red I am at the 4th hour. So this is the toe, and then I did 90 rounds so far on the foot, and this includes some increases for the gusset. So very excited about this one. I wonder how long this is going to take. Right, this is 7 hours of knitting on this sock, and I am currently at around 138 since I finished the toe. So that means I knitted about 28 rounds in the last hour. So that was a very fun experiment. So the conclusion on this sock experiment is that this sock that I knit for myself is for a foot of 23 centimeters long, and I obviously knit 60 stitches. I knit a leg of 60 rounds and a 20 round cuff for this one, and it took me 7 hours 34 minutes and 12 seconds. Whereas this sock, which is for a 27 centimeter foot length, and I knit 65 rounds for this one. So 60 for this one, 65 rounds for this sock, and a 20 round cuff on 68 stitches. And this sock took me 9 hours 37 minutes and 43 seconds. So that is a difference of 2 hours 3 minutes, more or less. Right, and then this pair took 65 grams of yarn, whereas this pair took 89 grams of yarn. Both of them are the opal yarns. which is 425 meters on 100 grams. So yes, that is 2 pairs of socks done, and now we know how much time it took me to make these. I hope that you enjoyed this little experiment with me, and to see how long it takes me to knit these different sized socks. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more of my content. And I will see you in the next one. Until next time, happy crafting. Bye.